Most people don't realize how powerful repetition can be, but I've seen it change lives firsthand. My client Mardier went from no acting or voiceover jobs in over 6 months to getting booked every single month and even landing a $10,000 role. So, as a top 1% Bob Proctor consultant, I'm going to walk you through the exact method that she used and how you can start applying it today. Now, so you understand how to use this method, I'm going to bring this stick person into play, and I want you to imagine that this stick person is you. So let's say that the top circle is your mind and this little circle at the bottom is your body. Now let's split the mind into two, okay? The top half is your conscious mind and the bottom half is your subconscious mind. Now your conscious mind is your thinking mind. So you're constantly having a mental conversation with yourself 24 hours a day. And if you thought that you was the only one that does that, you're wrong, okay? Now, that's your conscious mind, and it has the ability to accept and reject information. So you can either choose to accept what people say, or you can reject it with this part of your mind, your conscious mind. Now, I call the conscious mind the subconscious mind's bodyguard because it protects it from being infected with negative suggestions from other people if you use it the correct way. Okay. Now let's move on to the subconscious mind. Okay. This part of our mind is our emotional mind, and some people call it the feeling mind because the subconscious mind controls our feelings. And if you didn't know, feeling is just another word for vibration. So if we want different results in 2026, it's of extreme importance that we reprogram our subconscious mind because it controls our vibration, and the vibration that our body is in dictates how we act, and it also controls what we attract. Now, remember when I said that your conscious mind can reject or accept? Well, your subconscious mind can. It can only accept, and it cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. Now, when you was a baby, you didn't have this part of your mind, your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind was wide open, and anything that was going on around you went straight into this part of your mind. That's why it wasn't hard for you to learn the language that you speak. Now, if you try and learn a new language as an adult, it's going to be much more difficult than if you was a child, okay? Because you're already programmed. Your thinking is already set. So just so you understand, your conscious mind thinks, your subconscious mind feels. So your thoughts control your feelings control your actions, and those actions produce results. Now, the only reliable way to change your subconscious programming is the same way that it was formed, which is through repetition. It's very important that you understand that. And I'll give you an example. You're not your name. I'm not Joel. I mean, I'm probably going to go by Joel for the rest of my life, but that's not me. I'm a spiritual being, but the name Joel was planted in my subconscious mind when I had no ability to reject the idea. Now, if my mum and dad called me Joel once in the first year that I was alive, I would never respond to that name. They said it over and over again through repetition, and I probably heard the name Joel probably 100,000 times before the age of 2. Now, the action step that I'm going to give you is the exact action step that I gave my client Mardier, and she used it to go from struggling and not being booked to being booked every single month as an actress and attracting a $10,000 voiceover job. I want you to write a paragraph as if it's the end of 2026 in present tense and write down everything that you've accomplished as if you have actually achieved it. How much you're earning, how well your business is doing, and where you're living. And make it quite long, make it around the length of an A4 piece of paper. Then I want you to write this out every morning for at least 60 days. Now, you might be thinking, Joel, that's a lot of work. But look, I'm telling you from experience of being top 1% of Bob Proctor's consultants that the only way to change your programming is through repetition. Now, through doing this over and over again, you're going to be doing the same thing that your parents did with your name. You're planting that new idea right here into your subconscious mind, and it cannot reject. It has to accept, but it won't accept it if you just tell it once. You have to tell it over and over again. And then once it accepts this new idea, it alters your vibration, your actions change, and also what you attract changes. Look, this works like magic, but it won't work by just watching this video. If you want new results in 2026, then you're going to have to implement it. And this is where the proper mentor comes into play. I've opened a limited amount of spaces for one-to-one calls with me. So if you're really serious about making your dreams come true, then go to the link in the description and book one before they go. Now, once they go, I won't be opening any more slots for this January. And on this call, I will show you exactly how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And I will show you the blind spots and the subconscious blocks that are keeping you stuck. Okay. Now, you're probably eager to book one, but you're thinking, well, where will the money come from? Where will the time come from? Listen, I don't care if you've got the money or not. Go and book one of those calls with me. All that you will need will come when you need it.